Hello everybody, I'm Be Still VoiceWorks. Today I want to talk to you, soul to soul, about what it's like to shed the skin that you're in when you get older, that you got from your childhood, whenever there was a trauma, or whenever something bad happened to you, or whenever someone taught you a certain something, whenever someone gave you a prejudice, whenever someone gave you a bias or a stereotype. All of those things build onto your younger self, onto the person that you think you're trying to be. As we grow, certain circumstances and events happen to us. For instance, we are dating someone, we fall in love, we get heartbroken, that kind of thing. The people that treat us in certain ways as we grow up, they're affecting how we think about every other person in the future after that. And a lot of the times we build self-defense mechanisms within ourselves that when we grow up, they don't make much sense in our relationships. So what I was thinking is that together we could dive in to what happens to us when we're young and what we can do as we age to try and help that. So when I was young, I had to stare when I was in trouble into your eyes. I was told, do not look away from me, do not break eye contact, you better look at me, boy. That's what it was like when I was being fussed at. So what would happen for me is I would stare and I would go off into another place and I would do something else over here in my head while that was happening, and I would just stand there and stare. And that followed me into my adult life, that anytime any person came at me in the same way, if it sounded similar to that, I would instantly go into that mode, and then I wouldn't really hear or understand what was going on. Instead, I would just shut down, and I didn't want to be part of that. So it really affected me, and I had to learn that that was a defense mechanism that I had. That was something that I didn't necessarily want, I didn't need. It wasn't actually me, but it was part of my life, part of who I was. And then what you have to do is focus on something that actually happened and process that pain. Get that through your system. When you get that through your system and you truly process, that's what happened to me, that hurt me, that made me this way, then you can start to drop that. And every time a situation comes and you start to feel that way, snap into it, that, this isn't it, this isn't what I'm supposed to do, let me try something else. And little by little those anxieties will disappear, and you'll be able to do things and perform better with certain aspects of your life. And each time you get through one, you go to another thing. So say like every time you're in a relationship, you can't commit. What you have to do is go back into your past and find out what happened. Did my parents break up early? Did they have lots of boyfriends and girlfriends? Is it something I've seen? Because that's not you, it's something that you've seen and you've experienced. And when you go through and you process all of those things and you finally let them go and you shed all of those skins, you can finally be the person that you were when you were very small, when you played alone and you're in your imagination and everything you wanted to be, and all the rights and wrongs you knew already inside. That's who you really are, and that's who you should strive to be again. I know you can do it.